What's up, solar family? How are you? What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, you guys do amazing. Just want to jump on live really quickly and answer some questions. Been super busy over the last few weeks. As some of you guys probably already know, I just moved out to Dallas, getting settled in Dallas. We just got our office here. So we're doing a lot of things, right? Doing a lot of training, helping a lot of folks change their lives financially in solar. So yeah, if you're ever in the Dallas area, hit me up, right? Give me a holler. I would love to connect. Yeah, so we have our office here now, and we're training a lot of folks as well. We're building an on-the-ground team. We're looking for some folks that want to change their lives as well in the solar industry. But yeah, I just want to dive in here and see if I could pour in as much as I can, especially for the newer folks that's in the industry. There's a lot of questions. I know solar is booming, which is amazing, booming all over the country. And this sales industry is just amazing, right? As most of you guys know. But I just want to chime in here and help any newer folks out. If you have any questions, objections, things of that nature. But I honestly feel, let me plug my computer up really quickly. I honestly feel the starting point of solar, right? The starting point is closing. You know, what is the sales methodology? What is that process? And learning that process, right? A proven methodology that works, because there's a lot of strategies out there, whether it's sales pitches or whatnot. And some work okay, and some work amazing. So you want to be able to find that pitch that works really well, that has really high conversion rates, and make sure that you use that as a baseline, right? As a baseline, and then refine it and make it better and better from there. But obviously, make sure that you're tracking the data, right? Make sure that you know, like, what is the data right now? Like, what is my conversion rate using this pitch? And if you're going to tweak it, make sure you track that and see if it gets better or if it gets worse, right? A lot of folks kind of switch up the pitches around, and they say, hey, you know what? I learned this pitch from James. I want to change it all up, right? Because I feel like I need to change it up. And then from there, your conversion rate reduces or drops because, again, you're just changing it way too much. You don't know what's working or not working. So make sure that you find a solid presentation, solid pitch. That's what we teach here at Solar University. Find something solid and then make it better, right? Make it better. What's up, CD? How are you, man? What's going on? How are you? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? But I just want to go over really quickly, right? The objection of, you know, what's my return on investment, right? This comes up a lot. What's the return on investment? The great thing is, Mr. Smith, there's no investment, right? If you qualify, right? Takeaways, right? Because again, your pitch has to be clear and concise, right? Clear and concise. Hey, great question, Mrs. Smith. Obviously, right now, we have an option where there's no upfront cost. We take a permit, city approval, the installation, the maintenance of the system. And what you get is cleaner, lower cost energy right from day one. So basically, your ROI is today if you qualify for it. Right? So that's another objection for folks that are, what's the ROI, right? Obviously, there's an ROI if they're buying the system. If they're paying cash outright, obviously there's an ROI. But most of the time, I want to say, you know, high 80+% of the time, they're financing the system. So if they qualify, ROIs from day one if you qualify, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Does that make sense, guys? And the other thing, too, is the folks that are wanting to wait. Let me wait. I'm going to wait a couple of years, right? Technology is going to get better. Everything's going to get cheaper. What we need to do is there's an ROI and there's what we call a COI, right? Cost of inaction, right? COI, cost of inaction, meaning that if you do nothing right now, how much is that going to cost you? If you're saving 50, 60 bucks a month and you're going to wait 4 or 5, whatever years, you need to multiply that out, right? If it's 50 bucks a month, multiply that by 12, and then multiply that by however long they want to wait. And then from there, you'll see that, you know what, if you do nothing, right, the cost of inaction is going to be this, right? The cost of inaction is going to be X amount of dollars. That's why we're there, and that's why we're all getting paid the big bucks, is to educate the homeowners and know how to calculate different equations based on their objections, right? So what's the cost of inaction for you if you're going to wait, 2, 3, 4, 5 years? And that's what we need to be able to calculate. So again, guys and gals, if you don't have the sales pitch yet, maybe you're not too confident, maybe you're just learning, you're completely new, make sure that you're working with people that have a proven sales methodology that can help you expedite the learning curve. Because I hear it so many times, right? I hear it so many times. Oh, this is going to sell itself. This is super easy, right? Obviously, if it was super easy, we wouldn't be getting paid a lot of money for it, right? If it was super easy, we would be getting paid like minimum wage, right? So there is education, and also we don't want to mislead homeowners, things of that nature. So the starting point in this industry is to learn the sales methodology, right? Learn the sales methodology. And if you want to dive in deeper to learning those sales methodology, maybe you're out here in Dallas area, reach out to me, book a call, solarstrategycall.com. It's absolutely free. We're looking for some people that it's a good fit for our company. We're here helping folks out here in Dallas area. Obviously, we're training all over the nation. Doesn't matter where you're at, but we're also in the Dallas area, putting some folks on the ground here and changing some lives out here as well, right? So make sure, right? What's up, Casey? How are you, man? So if you guys want to dive in deeper, make sure you book that solar strategy call, right? solarstrategycall.com, solarstrategycall.com. What's up, Casey and family? How are you? Having a hard time generating leads to even get to my presentation. Aren't we all? Yeah, aren't we all? So what are you doing right now, Casey, to generate leads? What is your marketing activity to generate leads? Because a lot of folks, right? Don't get me wrong. I love online marketing. I love to buy leads and things like that, where I can just sit at home, close deals, even my team, right? Sit at home, close deals. That's amazing. But there's also an investment, right? There's also an investment, meaning that if you're going to buy leads, more than likely the lead generation sources that we have, it's going to be about $5,000 a month, right? It's going to be about $5,000 a month. Or if you want to generate your own leads, you want to create a brand, which we teach as well at Solar University, it's going to be $5,000 a month to $5,000 to join the training. It may be a recurring $1,500 to $2,000 a month on ad spend. So if you don't have that kind of investment right now, the best thing to do is go hit the streets and go knock on doors, right? That's the best way. And then at least at the end of the day, there's going to be a light at the end of that tunnel, because once you start generating revenue, now you have options, whether you want to buy leads, whether you want to create a brand and run your own ads, right? But if you don't have the finances or the means to do that right now, my suggestion, go hit the streets, go knock, head down, right? For the next 3 to 4 months, go make amazing income. And then after 3 or 4 months, there's options, right? There's options. I've done door-to-door a few times and wanted to jump off a bridge. Yeah, don't do that. What's up, Mr. LaChance? That's the man right there, Mr. LaChance. What's going on? Door-to-door is tough for some folks, and it's going to be even harder if you don't have the right methodology, you don't have the right coaching, you don't have the right mentorship. It's going to be even harder for you. So again, it all starts with who's mentoring you, who's training you, what is your sales, what is your pitch at the door, right? Because it makes it a lot easier when you already have a proven pitch rather than trying to make something up. And a lot of folks, what they do is, this isn't rocket science, I'll go make something up, right? I go knock on the door. Hey, what's going on? My name is James. I'm here with the local, solar company. Ooh, why did they slam the door in my face, right? You have to have a proven pitch, whether that's a 30-second elevator pitch, whether that's a door-to-door pitch, whether you're sitting in front of a homeowner pitch. There's a proven high-converting strategy, which we teach here at Solar University, right? There's a proven strategy. And if you're trying to reinvent that wheel over again, it's going to be hurting. It's going to hurt. You can be like Casey over there, want to jump off a bridge, right? But again, it's just being around like-minded people that are looking to change lives, that have a proven sales methodology, that have a proven strategy, that has an environment, a culture where you can plug into, whether it's every day or a couple of times a week, and people are pouring into you and also encouraging you and motivating you, because sales can be rough. You guys already know sales can be rough. And if you don't have the community or people encouraging you and motivating you, you're probably going to give up. A lot of folks give up in this industry. They give up a lot sooner than they should, right? Because they join a solar company, they don't get any training. Now they're out there in the streets on their own, hoping that, the pitch that they made up, right, overnight would work. It didn't work. Now you're frustrated. You know what I mean? And this is what we tell our team all the time. How much were you making in your other job? Right? And a lot of folks, they're barely scratching $50,000 a year, right? How much were you making? How many hours were you putting into to make that income? And why would you give the solar industry up? Why wouldn't you give it even more time? Because you could probably make $5,000 in a 30-minute, 45-minute Zoom meeting and make a whole lot more money, right, doing solar than going back to the warehouse job, going back to construction, going back to whatever you're doing. You're just gonna have to break through it and change the mindset that I'm gonna make this happen no matter what it takes, right? I'm gonna burn those boats behind me and have a mentality that I'm gonna make this work, whatever it's gonna take. And sometimes it's being with the right group of people, right, having the right mentor to coach around you to really get through that wall, right? And knowing, why are you doing this for? Because again, it's still a career. A lot of folks don't treat it like a job. And what happens is it won't pay you like a job either. It's not even a job. Let me take that back. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity, right? Amazing opportunity. Let me get to some of these questions. I only have a few more minutes, guys. We have a whole sales team now here out in Dallas. Again, if you're interested, if it's a good fit for both of us, we're looking for amazing people in Dallas. Book a call, solarstrategycall.com. If you're in the area, we got folks coming in from all over the country: Florida, California, Detroit, Idaho. Folks are coming in all over the country to be around an amazing group of people that can encourage you, that can help you, that can mentor you, so you can do amazing in this industry. It's really, really important. That community is important. Absolutely. You're going to have to find the right sales pitch. Absolutely. Because again, I mean, we could learn things on YouTube, which is amazing, right? You could, for example, if you want to learn how to play golf, you can Google like how to, swing a golf club. But it's a different situation when you actually have the coach there with you that's teaching you step by step on how to swing that golf club, right? And sometimes it takes an investment, right? It takes an investment. If you're not investing in yourself right now, that's one tip that I have for you. Start investing in yourself. Right? The more you know, the more your income will grow. Does that make sense to everybody? The more you know, the more your income will grow, because you're learning more, meaning that you can give more value to the world. And the more value you give to the world, the more the world will give back to you. Right? There's no way around it. There's no way around it. From Jay. Been watching some of my videos, coming in useful. Any advice? Get going. Obviously, Shadow. When you're just starting out, the best thing to do is learn from folks that's already way above and beyond, where you're at right now. It could be anything, right? If you're learning from somebody, right, you want to make sure that person that's teaching you, it's also doing well, right? Whether it's canvassing, if someone's canvassing, right? I want to shadow folks that's doing amazing, that's setting appointments, right? That's closing deals, that's setting appointments, not somebody that just started out that doesn't really know what they're doing, right? Or if I can, be around people or invest in myself that's way, way out of my league. And that's how you get better faster, right? I want to use the analogy again, playing golf, right? I play golf with people that are way, way ahead of me, right? And when you play with folks that are way better than you, you level up, right? Obviously, you want to play with some folks that are same level as you as well, but it's nice to be able to play with folks that are way better than you, whatever that may be. It could be golf, it could be solar, it could be anything. And that's how you're going to be level up. And sometimes, I don't want to say sometimes, most of the time, when you really want to level up, right? When you're like here and you really want to level up, it's going to take an investment, right? It's going to take an investment. My wife and I invest in ourselves every single year, right? We make it a point that we're going to set aside a budget, and this is how much we're going to invest in ourselves. And you have to constantly be learning and investing in yourself. All right. Casey, I'm at Solar University. Make sure you book a call. SolarStrategyCall.com. Right? SolarStrategyCall.com. Make sure you book a call. What's going on, Ray? How are you, man? What's knocking, but how do you get out of a rut while knocking on doors? You get out of a rut by stepping away for a minute, right? I mean, this could be, for a day or two. This could be for a couple hours. This could be a couple minutes where you just need to take a quick walk and be like, you know what? I'm not getting any results. Let me refresh, right? Let me refresh. And again, if you're at the doors, always think about like how many, not necessarily how many appointments I'm going to set, right? Because that's maybe not the right mindset. It's like how many solid conversations, right, can I have today? What we teach our guys is 10 solid conversations, right? 10 conversations. That's all we're having. Whether you got to knock on 100 doors to get 10 conversations, that's going to depend, right? But again, change your mindset and be like, you know what? I'm going to have conversations instead of I want to get like 3 or 4 leads. I'm going to have 10 conversations. And those 10 conversations are going to end up to be 2 or 3 leads, right? Or 2 or 3 appointments. But again, just changing the mindset, right? Changing the mindset. Hey, Steven, catch you later, man. Have a good weekend. Just changing the mindset. And if you can change that mindset, then you're going to set a whole lot more appointments. You're going to be able to break through the rut. For me personally, when I get into a serious rut, I've been to the point where I didn't sell anything for almost a month, right? Serious rut. I didn't even know what the heck I was doing wrong. I literally had to step back for a weekend. Like I got a room at a hotel and I literally like had to work on myself. You know what I mean? I had to refresh because I was getting too burnt out, too many things on my plate. I had to reevaluate what's really making me money, right? What is my highest income producing activity or business? And then I focused on that. And then I was able to get back on the horse. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need to step away and also be around the like-minded people that's pushing you, that's encouraging you, that's motivating you. That's going to be key as well, right? Because as a 1099, as you guys know, you're out there on your own. You're a lone ranger, right? You're a lone ranger. And sometimes from a W-2 employee, from a 1099, there's that gap there, right? Because when you're W-2, someone's telling you what to do, right? You got to report to work. Someone tells you what to do. There's assignments, there's deadlines. But when you become a 1099, now you're by yourself. And sometimes you need a community or a mentor or a coach or people that can bridge that gap for you until you're ready to be a 1099 on your own, until you're disciplined enough, until you put the systems in place so you can be on your own as a 1099 and start making money on your own. Sometimes you need that bridge, right? Because when you step out of the W-2 and you go in 1099, it's a totally different world, right? It's a totally different world. You could do amazing, right? You could do amazing, or you could just flop, right? Because it's a totally different world. What's up, Jordan? How are you, man? What would you say was the best way you learned how to start closing deals yourself? When I first got started 8 years ago, I got a pitch, right? They gave me a script. I learned a pitch, right? But keep in mind, our pitch back then was almost 2 hours long. And then from there, throughout the years, we refined it and refined it and refined it and made it so concise, right? Clear and concise, that now it's about 30 minutes long, right? Everything that we say, everything that we do, every tonality, every movement that we do, that we teach our students, it's all intentional, right? Everything that we do is intentional. And if you have a lot of fluff and smoke in there, then your presentation is long, You're probably not closing as many deals as you should. There has to be an intentional goal why you're doing what you're doing, and also understanding the pitch, right? A lot of people are just going through the pitch verbatim. They don't understand why they're asking certain things, right? Why are you asking that, right? You're trying to elicit a certain response, and based on that response, you need to know how to counter react to that response. But a lot of folks, they get a script and they're just kind of going through the motion, right? And it's not necessarily cookie cutter every single time. You have to change the pitch based on how the conversation is going, right? Obviously, there's a pitch, but you're gonna have to learn how to pivot, and you just can't be like a tape recorder and just pressing play and it's the same every single time. You have to be able to pivot. But I think that comes with experience. That comes with people that the people that you hang out with, that are in the industry, that's pouring into you, that's mentoring you. So you really can understand why you're saying certain things, or why you're doing certain things. Why are you getting close to the camera if you're doing a Zoom? Why are you saying ums? Why are you stumbling a little bit, right? Everything that we do is intentional. Even if we're saying ums in our presentation, it's intentional. That's how much we refine our presentation. Jay, your goal is to level up as a consultant ASAP. Yeah, just keep in mind, don't get caught in the trap, right? A lot of companies, eventually after you close X amount of deals, we'll promote you, and you don't end up getting promoted, right? So don't get caught in that trap, Jay. Make sure there's a clear, concise plan for you, right? And other things to do too is know your commission. You don't know how many consultants I speak to every single day in my team. We ask, so how much are you getting paid? What's your red line, right? What's your commission? Don't really know, right? So you have to know what you're getting paid, right? That's that's baseline. You know what I mean? Don't be robotic. Absolutely, man. Don't be robotic. And when you do get a pitch, we always tell our students is make it your own, right? Throw your personality, throw your flair in there, right? So it feels like it's you, because the worst thing that can happen is you learn the presentation and you don't make it your own, and you don't throw in your personality, your own flair in there. And now the presentation doesn't sound original, right? Because at the end of the day, we're trying to connect with a homeowner, right? And if you're going through a pitch that's not yours and doesn't feel authentic to you, and maybe it's not the same words that you would normally use during your conversations, then it's going to be very hard to connect with a homeowner, right? Because connection is the key, right? We teach this a lot in Soul University, is the key. Connecting with homeowners is the key. It's not selling them on anything, right? Because the best consultations you're going to have is when you're sitting in a home and you're talking about, family and travel and their pet for 20 minutes or whatnot, right? And then from there, you jump into solar for a few minutes and you close them. Those are going to be the best conversations, best consultations, is when you build a connection. A lot of people dive right into the freaking spiel, right? Without any type of rapport building. And a lot of folks, rapport, I know how to build rapport, right? But not the way we build rapport at Soul University, right? We leverage video to build rapport, right? Leverage video. If you can leverage video, how to build rapport, then when you do show up during a consultation, they already know you, right? Or somewhat know you, right? Yep, we have a software that we use, a proprietary software. It's called Solar Pipeline. I'll post a link there. You guys can check it out. Hold on one second. Let me grab the link. It's something that we created that's already tailored for the solar industry, where you have a visual on where all your leads are at, right? It's called Solar Pipeline. I'm going to post a link there as well in the chat. You guys can get access to it for 14 days, absolutely free. Give it a test drive. I'm just grabbing the link really quickly. And then give it a try. See if it works out free. If it does, awesome, right? Because CRM is key as well, right? Because you want to be able to have a visual in all your leads. And a lot of times we put our leads on a spreadsheet, right? Or not even a spreadsheet, on a notebook. I mean, it'd be nice to put on a spreadsheet, but You need visual, like where are all my leads at in every single stage of the sales process. So you know exactly where they're at and you know exactly where to go to when you need to follow up with certain people. It's already in a category. Like every single lead is in a category. And the idea is to get them downstream, right? Get them downstream to a closed deal. But you need that visual, right? It's very, very hard to get a visual on a notebook. Even if you're highlighting it, right? Different colors. Green is a closed deal. Yellow is someone interested. Red is not interested. It's very, very difficult to manage that in a spreadsheet or even on a notebook, right? Make sure you guys check that out. Solar pipeline. Casey, how was my performance as a salesperson? I still close deals now. I don't close as many deals that I did back in the day. But for my quota, when I was closing deals and I was a full-time solar sales rep, mine was between 12 to 15 deals a month, right? I started out with Solar City, right? Our quota in Solar City was 10. You have to close at least 10 to keep your job. So I was right around 10 or 12. 12 or 15. And my best month was close to like 20-ish. But obviously there was other deals because I set up like CRMs, I set up automation where I can stay connected to my homeowner. So when I was closing deals, my 10 to 12 deals a month, then because I had automation that follow up with my old deals that didn't close, eventually those deals that were older started coming to fruition because I stayed connected, right? I stayed connected with homeowners. And that's a lot of times too, when you don't have a CRM, you sit down with a homeowner, didn't close, you may be able to follow up maybe a couple of times, maybe a couple calls, maybe a couple emails, a couple text messages. But what happens is there's no way you're going to be able to follow up forever or even for a couple months. And imagine if you don't follow up for a couple months when that homeowner is ready to move forward with solar, because at the end of the day, a no just means that no right now. And when that homeowner is ready, and if you're not top of mind, this is key. If you're not top of mind, they're going to go Google another solar company. Another solar rep is going to come in their home, and they're going to be so interested that that other rep is going to close that deal, and you're going to drive by that house one day. You can be like, oh, crap, that house already has solar. Because it happens to every single sales rep. Happened to me one time, right? One time. And then from there, I understood like, what can I do? How can I countermeasure that? How can I prevent that from happening again? Because I did most of the work already. And somebody came right behind me a few weeks later, took the deal from me, right? Because I didn't stay top of mind. So the way you stay top of mind is to have a CRM, stay connected via email, via text. So when that homeowner is ready to move forward, they're calling you, they're not calling somebody else, right? That's a really, really painful experience to have, because that's $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 deal, right? It's called Solar Pipeline. I actually posted a link there, Jay. Post the link again right there. All right. Well, I'm super excited for all you guys. Summer is coming right around the corner, right? Start refining your presentation, your pitch, your skills. Start leveling up. Again, if you're in the Dallas area, hit us up. We got an office out here in Dallas as well. We're teaching, training, closing deals as well. And level up, right? Level up by investing in yourself, right? Whether you invest in our training, invest in other people's training, constantly learn and invest in yourself, because there's a direct correlation in how much knowledge you know to how much money you have in a bank account. So if your goal is to grow your bank account, right? If that's your goal, grow your knowledge, grow the information, right? Reinvest in yourself, whether it's personal development, sales skills, being around like-minded people, continuously invest in yourself, whether it's conferences, right? Masterminds, invest in yourself. And when you do that, you're going to notice that your income will grow right behind that, right? Other than that, I'm going to grab some lunch. If you guys have any more questions, make sure you guys book a call, solarstrategycall.com, solarstrategycall.com. And we would love to chat with you as well. Other than that, have an amazing weekend. Talk to you guys soon. Goodbye, guys.